Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to my first video on this channel. So there's a 16th of November 2024 at 10:30 in the evening. Um, Currently I'm unemployed, have no interviews planned, but I gather if I do the code exercises, I'll be employable. So I know C# programming language and I know C programming language. So I'm going to try to use the C# programming language to answer Leetcode questions. That is 50-50 per section, because I see easy questions there 835, medium 1000. I'm not going to answer. Just going to do 50-50 and do videos and post. Well, 2 videos. It's going to make me employable and it's going to build my profile. So I'm going to start with the first easy question, which is 2 sums. Okay, try to do 2 sums as soon as it comes. Okay. Okay. So I already opened this interface and I've tried it before. Seemed a bit difficult to use, but I understood the interface in the end. So I'm giving an array of numbers and I'm giving a target. I already read this before, so it's going to be easy to say. And I brainstormed on anything. So I'm giving a target. So I'm supposed to find 2 numbers will sum up to this target, and I'm supposed to return their indices. That means here I'm supposed to return 0 and 1 because 2 and 7 add up to 9. So what I thought of doing is, if I come to 2 and I do 9 minus 2, I'm going to get 7. So what I'm left to do is look for 7, where 7 is found on this list. Okay. First thing first, I'm going to create variables to store the indices. I hope C# has the same syntax as C. Now I'm going to create a list. I could easily create an array, but I think lists are easier to deal with. List of integers. Okay, so what am I going to be storing in this list? Well, let's look at it. I'm going to look through the array. Point length. For array, use point length to get length of the array. So this is going to be me looking through the array. So what am I going to do? If I'm at the first element, that's if I've put nothing in my list. What I have to do is when I do this subtraction, like 9 minus 2 and I have 7, I have to store it in that list. So that eventually, if I find 7 and he's in the list somewhere, if 7 was here and I count to 7 and I find out that he's in the list, I'm going to work with that place where 7 is found. So if the list is still empty, for list we'll do count. That means if it's empty, that means if the number of elements is 0. What I'll do is that's if I'm on the first element of the array, I like to add it. Like I would like to do 9 minus 2. So I like to do target minus nums I, and I add to the list. Then I continue. That means I go to the next iteration. Like I have to skip every other process. That's if I'm on the first element. Now, if I'm not on the first element, and that's if I dodge this first if, because for me I'm supposed to consider, I mean, skip everything on that. But if I don't skip, that means I've not done this if. So now if I'm on the second element and I find out that the list contains it, or if I'm I'm on some other element and I find out that list contains that element, that means I found the element. That means if I'm on 7 and I found out that it contains 7, I'll do this, else I'll do this. So if I found 7, first of all, I need to leave the loop. That means break out of the loop. Now, if I found 7, if 7 is coming from 2, so it'll be on the first element. So the U will be my first element. I'm going to do list point index of like the index of 7 in that list. 7 obviously is coming from 2, so 7 will be in the first element in the list, since 2 is all produce 7. So U is going to be 0, and V is just going to be where 7 is found now. I hope I made myself clear. But if the element I am on is not on the list, okay, I'll just do list point add. And what am I adding? Target minus norms. Like just add the element to a list and continue. Then in the end, I want to return those two. When I break out the loop, I want to return U and V. An array of U and V. Okay, what about this? Okay, pass the first case, pass the second case, pass the third case. Now I'm going to submit that. If it's not efficient enough, the code is going to tell me. But then submit. Okay, solution accepted. I don't know what this is. It's 32%. Well, I believe on time. Okay, I paid only 39% memory. That means my solution used a lot of memory space. Maybe it's because I was using lists here. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe if I used array, it could go a bit faster. So instead of using lists, how do they add elements in an array? Adding elements to an array C#. Oh. Does I also have the add method? This way. No, this is inefficient. So I think list is good. We're going to stick to list. Okay, so we've come to the end of my first video on my first solution. I've submitted and turned out to be correct. Okay, so at this point I'm going to drop. Thank you for being with me, and see you on the next one.